and welcome back to RIAM. I hope everyone's doing well tonight as everyone waves the camera, even though that, again,
yes, we know
show.
They can't hear that.
Okay, so, as is our I'm still waiting for that goddamn prank, you bastards, just so everyone is aware. It's not happening, and now I'm just waiting for, if there's, in our last episode, there's going to be some big one. But tonight, as we always will, we're going to introduce ourselves, and I have to apologize to one of you. Robert, a bamboozle has happened. The final bamboozle. Well, you knew it was coming. You knew it was coming.
You knew this was coming.
I knew it was somewhere, but I never knew when.
As is the tradition, this has happened a couple of weeks, at least one for each of us at this point. We all got to pick words to describe Rob. I'll start off. I'm Kate. I play Allie, our half tiefling, half kitchen monk. The words that I picked for Rob are creative and nerdy, and that requires the recitation of one of my favorite quotes by Hank Green, because I think this quote very aptly sums up Rob. Nerds like us are allowed to be unironically enthusiastic about stuff. We don't have to be like, oh yeah, that person's okay, or yeah, I like that band's early stuff. Nerds are allowed to love stuff, like jump up and down in a chair, can't control yourself, love it. When people call people nerds, mostly what they are saying is you like stuff, which is just not a good insult at all. Like, you are entirely too enthusiastic about the miracle of human consciousness. This is Rob. Rob is that kind of nerd. If Scoot leaves Rob and I alone in a channel for 10 minutes, we come up with an entire new magic system for him, and we're both geeking the fuck out about it. So Rob's brain is creative, and Rob loves things unironically and enthusiastically, and I love that about him.
Well, thank you. I did put in a concerted effort to enjoy things, so I'm really inordinately pleased that comes across.
I'll go next. So I put good vibes because I think Rob just always radiates positive energy and happiness, and I think it really brings up the team. And he's just straight up one of the most pleasant people ever to be around, and really rolls with kind of whatever's happening and shows great restraint for the good of the team. So that's not something that's easily done. The character really wants something, and I think that needs to be acknowledged.
Oh, thank you.
I'll go next. My name is Randall, and I play Kiki the Kinku Tinkerer. And mine's somewhat related to what Deb just said. I had put Sweetheart because I think Rob is just the sweetest, most gentle person, and just you have this mellow positivity to riff off of a little bit off of Deb that I think is just so great. And you have this amazing voice too, if our listeners haven't picked up on that yet. I look forward to listening to your play. So yeah, thank you.
Okay. And this is Scoot, your dungeon master. Now, I'm not going to hold up a thing because I have battle stats written on this piece of paper, and I don't want to risk Kate reverse imaging something on me with her fucking eyes. I'm not risking that. But mine would be Rob is my heartthrob, because I know he's going to appreciate that wordplay. And there is a...
I get it.
Good job, Deb. That one. I really do appreciate...
Hello, it's me, Fireplace Rob.
Yeah. I appreciate how much you put into the character and how much you, just from a DM perspective, just take the fucking plot hook sometimes and just make a really stupid decision that is going to lead to awesome consequences that I get to now do things. I have other players in the campaigns that are way too cautious, which is fine, right? That's how they do it. But sometimes I will watch on the screen as Nikki makes a decision and Randall, the player, is gnashing his teeth and freaking out as I roll the fake dice to see what happens.
It's so true. I do not have a poker face. It's so true.
And we love it about you.
So this is Rob Week, everyone. The last of the Gaffers.
Rob.
Thank you.
Rabble. But Rob, we're going to save that question, I think, that I tricked you into answering for another week. Because I think it's a good one.
I won't answer it for realsies, because what I was going to say I was going back and forth on what my favorite moment from the campaign was, and I'll have a sort of in-game answer when we get back to that question for real. But my slightly meta answer is, well, as of now, right now. So
Very nice.
Aww.
so thanks, you
That's
guys.
adorable.
That was really nice.
Positive vibes aside, we'll return to our Gaffers. As last week, you all went to a party that you didn't have to guard, ruin, or, run. Which is
We
very
got the
nice.
party. It was bizarre. Amazing.
Things went pretty well. Tessa got locked in a closet, as is her wont. Kiki and Bendo found a whole bunch of different information. Nikki got laid, as far as we know, because of that pan of the screen. But as you folks were finishing up in the keep, you heard a big old shattering kaboom, and you looked out, and there was a large tower of inferno just ripping up from a couple of miles away.
Oh, good.
So that's where we are. So Nikki, you'll hear that, I think, in your dimensional space.
Sure, if you want me to.
Probably.
All right. I don't know how that works. I guess you probably would, because Rope Trick has a small hole back to the
Yeah,
like,
so there's still a way
attached.
in there. This is a big... This is...
Say, oh, fuck, over the slap chat a lot. But
Also
not in a
true.
good way.
Technically,
Yeah.
here's the thing, though. If
We're
unless-
probably hearing that too from Nikki, but
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
a different kind.
So there's a thing happens. What do you folks want to do?
Investigate the thing.
Okay.
That's what I say. But
I will
Yes,
look
yes.
to Lady
The Regent.
I forgot.
I'm
Does
sorry,
she ever
what's your
have a
name?
name other
Wow,
than
you
the
don't
Regent?
even know her name.
Regent, comma the
Wow.
wow,
Regentia.
I don't remember.
You're like,
She's like, I told
you're
you
like-
my name.
Did she?
She did.
Can I roll to see if Nikki remembers it? Because I tell you what, one fucking does not.
Ah,
And she gets huffy and stops.
just call her.
and just
call her
gets her
Regent,
shit,
like-
and then she's like, I have to go do things.
Oh.
I'm so sorry I got carried away with this. And she puts the rope down and
Yeah.
slips down in
Yeah.
kind of shambling her armor on as the normal security force is now rounding people up and moving them away from this. That wasn't just some alchemist is screwing around. That was a huge blast, which means there's a problem.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask her if she heard that, and does your tower normally make those sounds? But
Was it good for you too?
I guess I'll get recombobulated and slide down the rope trick and undo the castings as I go
Yep.
down.
As you go down.
Hands back on your titties.
Yeah. I'll take one of the scraps of fabric that's in there and use it to tie. I'll just change.
Yeah. Just change
Forget that
and wear
dress.
shit.
I'll just change into something more practical.
It served its purpose.
I heard loud sounds. It's time for battle clothes.
Heard loud sounds and somebody else was making them, so.
Yep.
That's right.
You guys, the rest
And
of
it
you,
wasn't because of Power Word Orgasm. As far as I know, at least.
That was the joke.
you folks come down out of the keep, and you see Nikki. You see the Regent just huffily bolting towards the keep, probably to go get armor on, actual battle stuff on. And you see her guards have again they're pulling people towards the keep because that's probably the safest place to be. The other thing that the Gaffers will notice is that there are civilians, farmers, woodsmen just bolting away from the northeast where you saw the towering inferno from. They're just haul-assing the fuck out of there. And as Thrax kind of steps out of the keep, he looks at Tessa, goes, "Gate. There's a gate. There's a gate that way."
Oh, that's gotta be one of our friends.
They're
Let's
not
go.
our friends, Tessa. There are they're
Well,
bad people.
No, I was being sarcastic.
You mean there was a gate over there now?
Let's try not to make a black hole out of this one, though.
I
That's
didn't
just
do
my
that.
opinion.
Nikki
Do
did
you say that over
Thrax
the slap
says.
chat?
Yeah.
I thought you were there. I'm sorry.
No, I'm not there yet.
You were there.
Yeah.
I need
I
to
do
go
say
have
that
a
over
brief
the Slap
conversation
chat.
with the guard first. Turn
Yeah, I
what
don't
into
feel
a
that
black
Tessa
hole?
would be. I'm sure Tessa would not be subtle about that.
We've got portal problems.
Oh, good. Okay. All right.
Portals, more problems.
So I have no idea what's anywhere. I'm inside a random hallway halfway between the keep and the banquet hall.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna, like I said, I'm in like, kind of battle clothes. I'm gonna put on, turn up the eyes a little bit, let a little bit of the chaos loose, so I'm kind of crackly, and go to a guard, and just ask like, where's the thing? What's going on?
Well, I don't know, man. There's a big explosion.
Which
a
way?
lot of chaos. That way, and he points to the northeast.
The northeast. Okay.
Hmm?
I'll just pop a fly and just take off.
Okay.
So I'll
You're
Slap chat and meet up with the group.
Hell no
I'll get in
there.
the
Are we
air
ahead
and
of her?
get.
No.
I'll get in the air and get eyes on whatever's
Unless
happening as
you're.
much
So
as I can.
are you all flying? Because you'll get there
But I'm gonna stay close.
not at the same time.
Fly up so that Nikki can see me, like, and see if I can see her anywhere.
So you would see, because Nikki's not in. You didn't get to the keep, Nikki. Remember last week? You stopped her
Right.
before that. So
Yeah.
if you, by the time they get out, everything happens. You wear robes. It's not like you're donning armor like Tessa does.
Right.
So if you get up and you bolt off, Tessa, you'll see Nikki flying ahead of you towards northeast by herself.
Nikki,
Sorry,
wait.
I'm not bolting to the explosion. I'm going up and slap chatting with the group and seeing if I
okay.
can see anything from the air.
Okay, that's what I thought you were doing.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I misunderstood that. So from the air, what you and Tessa and Thrax will follow you will see is that there is this map. Like, this is a green, like, Shire-esque area. Lots of grass, lots of woods, good farmland. There is a part of it that is just scorched, as if it's like a desert.
Ooh.
Like, not only is it blasted as if, like, someone put a huge firebolt into the earth, but, like, it's just sand now.
Can I make a history check?
For... What are you looking for?
To see if my character knows a thing or thinks the thing that the player thinks. Basically.
Sure. Go ahead.
And if I don't make it 20, 10. Okay, Allie's like, that shit's how Shantha got made. Like, Shantha wasn't always a desert. Somebody blasted it into a wasteland.
This is true. And Nikki, if when Allie tells that to you, you would absolutely know the reason Shantha is a desert is because a long time ago, a bunch of, like, a magocracy was where, right around where Ibarrakam is now, and they basically nuked their own continent with magic. No one knows how they did it, but that is largely the story of, like, oh yeah, a bunch of people fucked around and then everyone found out.
It's almost as if someone put chaos magic in a portal or something. I don't.
Would
I
do
don't
such a
have
thing.
the
Who would
faintest
do
clue
that?
what you're talking about.
What madman would do that?
What mad
Mad
woman? I think you'll
woman.
find.
No man.
No man would do that. You're goddamn right.
I am no man.
Okay, so are you all, you're grouping up and heading out?
Yep.
Kiki, I assume you kick up the boots of flight because
Yes, correct.
you're not
she'll
going
be
to
like,
waddle there in time.
no. She's gonna try to keep up with Tessa. I don't know, as long as Tessa's not like engaging her sash that Kiki gave her to speed up. Then
Well,
she'll-
I can have I have a base flight of 120 now, because of my
What the
Paragon, but
shit, Tessa.
they're magic
then
wings
Kiki
now.
Kiki will
I'm gonna stay with you guys. I'm not gonna just barrel on
Okay.
ahead. I'm gonna keep pace with you guys. I'm dumb, but I'm not that dumb.
You're faster than Thrax now.
And if I use Kiki's scarf, technically that's 240. Because it doubles whatever my base speed is.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
It's
no.
like a
Kiki
fighter
will,
jet now.
I mean, she'll double dash in flight to try and get there.
No, I'll stay with you guys.
At some
visual,
point in
yeah.
the post-campaign, I definitely want to see a race between Allie running at full tilt and Tessa flying at full tilt, like some sort of Superman versus the Flash race.
Well, if Tessa gets to use the scarf, then Allie loses. She does not get to use the scarf. If there's no additional magic items allowed, Allie will win.
That'd be an interesting race. It would not be a straight dash, though. It would definitely have to be more than just a straight 50-yard dash.
Obstacle course or something.
Yeah, basically. You know, I'm picturing Allie like gracefully parkouring around there, and Tessa just dipping a shoulder and then goes.
Wait, Scoot, can I double down and cast haste and use Kiki's scarf? Because then that's a double of a double.
Because hers
and that's
is
stupid.
That's a bit much.
I know.
Your body
I would
still
probably
has.
say that each one, if you're gonna be able to do both at all, I would probably have it so that each one, instead of double, just adds your original amount.
Yeah.
So they stack like additively instead of multiplicatively.
It's
That's
stupid
still
regardless.
It's still
feet.
stupid.
Yeah.
Still stupid.
Anyway,
total
tangent.
So you folks head there, and as you arrive, you see what's on the battle map now. So the entire area, much to Allie's warning, it looks like not only has there been an explosion, but all of the moisture has been removed from the plant life, anything around there. There are not a lot of people, but you can see definitely like animal carcasses, birds, you know, some sort of critters that have just been taken away. And it is, you folks are watching as things are just poofing into dust and just settling on the ground to make it look like sand.
That ain't right.
Mm-hmm. And standing there as you arrive are two, in the middle, is this, you know, there's this sort of like, it was probably like a big stone structure of some kind, maybe some sort of like old elven situation, not like quite ruins, but just like a big like patio almost. But on there has been constructed this small altar, and there is an item sitting on there that is obscured by shadow. Two beings stand by it, looking as if they have just completed some smaller version of ritual. One is a Shadowfell being smoldering, as you have seen before, and the other is an extremely plain, very forgettable looking woman.
That bitch.
Uh-oh.
See with my true sight, Scoot.
They're not hiding. And weirdly enough, like that's just what she looks like. And even with true sight, you're having a hard time. You're having a hard time like registering her features. Like her actual like true form is sort of this slightly changing, shimmering being.
The old, you know, oh, she's kind of like a short, tallish lady with
blonde
you know
hair.
like a dark blonde hair and
Yeah, it's just
the
this seems
perfect
to be...
nondescript murder
And
suspect.
anywhere between 20 and 40 years old.
Yeah, it is.
I'm gonna say 20 and you know a slightly aged 20 or a well preserved 80. Like
I mean, if she's an elf, I mean, who knows?
yeah,
Who knows?
literally though.
Really.
So that's who you see up there, just kind of standing and looking very happy with what just happened.
Hate her so much. What do we have that's godlike? Is it your hammer that's our like? secret?
Pam. Yeah, I've got Pam with me because I go into balls with full armor and my weapons, obviously. I'm not being sarcastic. I just do.
I mean, so does Kiki technically. Like Kiki's robe has all of her bombs on it.
I summon all of my shit.
Yeah. And Nikki does magic, so most of you are armed most of the time.
Yeah, I mean, do they see us, or is it just sort of like we show up and they're like,
Like no, they're standing there and they've definitely finished some ritual and they're just sort of admiring, like looking around very confidently about what's just happened here.
And it doesn't look like there's any sort of gate active, right? There's like, basically, can we fuck around with that general area or not? That's the question for Kiki. Like,
Thrax said there was
in that general direction, or is it a really terrible idea?
Thrax said there was a gate, and Thrax can sense gates, and he senses a gate now, but you don't see like a portal structure or anything anywhere.
Well, there's something obscured by shadow on the altar, so...
Could be. So Segretti turns to you all and finally kind of takes one with the nose. She goes, "Oh, wonderful witnesses."
Witnesses?
Mm-hmm.
Witness to what?
And she just gestures to this desolation around her.
You're not gonna get away with this.
Nice.
Oh.
One of the classics.
I've always wanted to say that, haven't you, Dem?
I know.
Oh, don't worry, because I'm just building bridges, much like you, Tessa.
Yo, I'm gonna knock your bridges down.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
You'll have to do that with me and my associates, and you see her condense a lot of energy, which Nikki, you're looking at, and with your kind of natural fuckery of it's not.
I also have like very advanced vision, not quite as advanced as Tessa's, but
you're seeing her reach out and sort of grab the weave itself, and begin to manipulate it as she starts pulling in different sources of power from natural, her own divine, arcane. And she doesn't have psionic at the moment, but she has the other three. And you can see a small rift open, and you look all of you look through it. I would like all of you to make perception and/or investigation checks.
Perception check, you say?
Yep. Or investigation.
Investigation check, you say.
That
9.
bitch, Deb. Fuck her.
That bitch.
36.
That's all you can see. Is Tessa can only see rage.
This plain ass bitch.
This plain ass bitch.
19.
Ooh, crit
Kiki
and
crit.
42 for
Wow.
investigation.
That's higher
Kiki
than
sees, Kiki sees through time and space right now.
Yeah.
Literally with a rift.
Yes, you see the rift, and Allie, you and Kiki look at it, and there's something very disturbing as you look through Kiki, and there is another one of you looking back. There also is a big Minotaur gentleman that, Allie, you think you know who this is? Like, you know him, but he looks different. There's an aura coming off of him, a different sense of being.
He's wrong, very wrong.
For you, on your side of things, you have definitely met Warlord Planestrider of the Golden Legion in your time.
He's come over for dinner. Allie knows him.
He looks this person looks exactly like him, but there is a sense of like cold maliciousness to him, and his eyes, as you and Kiki lock in on them, they look at this. He's looking around as if this is somewhere to conquer. As these are lands fresh for the taking. And then the rift, Segretti seems very happy about it, and then the rift starts to, and then it shuts. And she just lets out a sigh of exacerbation. 3 isn't enough.
Kiki's like, but she sacrificed some people. Like, for energy.
No.
no.
Allie through the rings is telling you she had 3 sources of magic.
Oh, I thought you'd
There's more. There's more types of magic than that she could draw on.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't have the psionic.
Yeah. So are we just gonna sit here and watch you do experiments all day, or are we gonna hit each other? Because if we're gonna sit here and watch people do experiments all day, I'd rather watch Nikki. She's shooter.
I mean, you can do whatever you would like. If you can certainly stand there and give me more time, I'd appreciate that.
Right. Let's not do that then.
Fuck that noise.
Have it on good authority. You're not supposed to be doing that to the weave.
I feel like you do it all the time, though.
That's the authority.
Allie looked over at Nikki when she said it.
I feel like you're not peer reviewed.
The whole
and
group
then
is sort of like, yeah, kind of.
just that respectable the villain says something, you're like, I hate her, but she's not wrong, though. Nikki, you do this.
You also don't belong here.
Not blind, but he's right.
Oh, I belong here as much as the rest of you. But we'll make something better in time. And you see her ball up the remainder of the energy she used for that rift, and then her companion next to her, she forces it into him. You see him crack, almost like like a horror movie werewolf transformation as his shoulders pop. Nice. And like, this is probably really disturbing for you, Allie, because like, you've seen Kem and Bendo shift very easily and smoothly. This is not that.
It looks like torture.
Yeah, he looks like he's in pain, but he comes out of it, and you can see around him the sand is swirling in a sort of, it looks blackened by his power just kind of resonating around him, and it seems to be almost making this sort of dervish at his feet.
Okay, so not projectiles, got it.
And then Segretti at that point goes, wonderful. And she just takes a couple steps back, kind of plops herself down on the little area she's made with this guy, and he strides forward. Time to fight.
Kiki will say to the group through the slapchat, she's like, only fighting him? Or her too?
She's sitting there that casually. She's got something up her sleeve.
Yeah.
Like, take out dude, got it.
Okay. So this gentleman is standing there, and he is roughly 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. He's about 60 feet from Tessa, and you see him in one movement rocket up to her.
Bring it.
Oh look, somebody's finally my speed.
And then he is going to launch 2 attacks at you, Tessa. 29.
That hits.
26.
That hits.
Okay.
I have not had a chance to pop anything yet.
That's wrong dice. I always pick up percentiles when I mean to get D10s because they just look the same.
You still pick up a percentile dice.
Oh, Rob, important announcement.
Kitty.
Tessa, you will take 10.
Don't bite my hand, look at the camera.
So here's something that happens to you, Tessa. You take 15 damage on the first hit, and it all goes through.
It ignores my resistance?
It ignores your resistance.
Ah, feck.
Second hit for the damage. 23 points of damage as he lays into you a second time. Okay, at that point, Kiki, it's your turn.
Kiki's like, holy shit, because he moved so fast. So Kiki is, oops, I think she's gonna move over slightly to get, man, like, she wants to be she wants to be in 20 feet of him, but like off to the side, so she's not like fucking with her friends or whatever. So for her first attack, she's gonna pull out her boom stick. And is going to shoot at... Ooh, crit! Booby!
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, so...
On a roll tonight.
I'll take it. Okay, so is it automatically... So it's automatically his AC goes down by 2. Is that right? From what I'm reading this? Okay. Okay, and then... so that'll be doubled, so 42... damage, and he has to make a con save or be stunned for 1d4 rounds.
He critically saved.
Got it. He what? Ah!
Also, Kiki, as the boom goes in,
yeah,
you look and it did not do as much damage as it should have. Like, you have a direct shot on him and like it just didn't sink in as much.
Motherfucker, she says. Okay, so for her second attack, she hits a symbol on the side of the boomstick and casts Flame Strike. Which, if I look it up here, because Kiki can do all the different spells. Deck save.
Okay. 21.
Oh, yeah, it helps if I look at what my spell save.
Yeah.
Really? Ah, fuck, it's 20. Okay. Okay, so he'll take half damage.
Mhm.
Half of that is fire and half is radiant.
Okay.
So it's 11 total now since he did the
Got
deck
it.
save. And that's and then Kiki would use the rest of her movement to fly up about like 10, 15 feet.
Yep. Allie, it's your turn.
Okay. For Allie's action, you'll see her take a deep breath in, which you guys have all seen her do in Summon Stormlight before, but this time it looks a little bit different. Like, yes, her eyes are glowing, and yes, those marks on her horns are glowing, but you see what looks like armor made of light kind of assemble and coalesce around her. She will also summon her Shardblade as a bonus action, and she's going to let Benson pitch. There's not quite a rumble of thunder overhead, but there is like a vague kind of storm-ish sense in the air, and kind of like a little bit of crackle of electricity around her. All four of us, plus Thrak, now get to do an extra 3d8 damage until the end of my next turn.
Nice.
What kind of damage out of curiosity? Is it just electrical?
No, it's, we actually didn't set a type, Scoot. Do we just want to set 3d8 of whatever type of attack they're dealing?
No, probably thunder, because that's what you're
Okay.
giving them.
Sure, 3d8 thunder damage, why not?
Okay.
And I'll enter my Tunnel Fighter stance. That's my prep round.
Next up, you folks see from the sand a very large being appears. This one is once more wreathed in shadow, but it looks like the sand just swirls up into this sort of cyclone-esque being as it comes down, as it makes its way downtown, walking fast, faces past its homebound. So it has to double move into Allie's range.
Ooh, again.
So that's 10 feet away. Do you want to try to bap it?
Do indeed want to try and bap it.
Yep.
Sandy.
28.
That'll hit it.
Great. Oh, so here's an interesting thing. It takes 18 psychic damage.
Wonderful. I'm very glad it did that.
Oh no, because she needed psychic energy.
Psionic, not psychic. They're what?
Oh,
I don't know. They're the same thing.
That's...
I always kind of considered them different,
That's
but
true.
that's a good point.
What?
Yeah. I know we tend to conflate the two, but psychic damage is not necessarily
psionic.
psionic. It's not I haven't dealt psionic energy. I haven't drawn on psionic power.
What is the damage type called?
Psychic.
Psychic.
Yeah,
Psychic.
that's in the realm.
It's psychic.
That's in the family.
Yep.
Cool. So that happened. So it does get within anyone. No, so no one is within 5 feet of it right now, which is good for all of you. Next up.
Can we see? Is there kind of like
Oh,
sand,
within
like,
5 feet
flipping
of it, the
around
sand
it,
is
like-
moving around it. As the next turn comes in the order, you see another being pop up out of the sand, except this one is shining bright and radiant. As it also moves, has to double
There's
move.
nothing on the screen, Scoot.
Okay, something's in the wrong layer. Token layer.
I'm gonna name you Sandy too.
Okay. This one just uses its full action to move into here. This one is also very tall, Kiki, so you are level with it. So I need Tessa, Thrax, and Kiki to make me dexterity saving throws, please.
Ooh, it's not my best.
I
Kiki, don't forget you get a plus. No, you don't. You're not in my range. Never mind.
I'm not.
Thrax does.
I'm not in your out. I mean,
it
you're
also,
The
it
little
also
circle.
in 10 feet
The
of my
little
range.
circle.
So I get to try and bop it.
21.
Alright, you make it, Tessa. Thrax makes it. Allie, you can hit it, but not before it gets to where it's standing.
No.
2 plus
I'll wait for their saves to go through first.
Yep.
K plus I'm gonna give Kiki's 17 roll to that, so it'll be a 22.
You save. So what you
Divination
three
roll.
feel
Divination roll.
is this thing trying to pull you into itself, like suck you in like a tornado. But you're able, Tessa, you and Thrax kind of, you dig in your heels, and Kiki, you sort of drift back enough that you're not into the pool of the vortex yet.
Okay.
Allie, bat please, because you're halberd.
18.
That hits.
Okay. It takes 21 damage.
What kind of damage?
Psychic.
Thank you.
Well, wait a second. One question.
Mm-hmm.
Is this a construct?
Yes, technically, I would.
If it is a construct, it takes slashing damage, not psychic damage.
Okay. Good to know.
Huh.
Tessa.
My glaive does psychic damage to creatures. It does slashing damage to buildings and constructs specifically.
These constructs don't have a brain to psych.
Yeah, I feel like all these constructs. Yep. So Tessa, you're up.
I'm going to use my bonus action to proc my my haste spell. I'm going to pull out Pam because I'm curious. I want to see if the upgraded hammer does anything to this shadow boy over here, because I just saw him absorb a whole lot of magic from Segretti. Can I nullify that with the hammer?
You can
Like, hit
certainly
him?
try.
All right. First hit.
Attack.
Does a 27 hit?
It does.
That's going to be. Oh, that's garbage. I'm re-roll that. 34 damage.
Okay. So you see that Pam lands, and all.
Did you do your extra 3d8?
Oh no, I didn't.
Okay.
Thank you. Is that every attack?
This is until the start
Just
of
for
my
a
next
round.
turn.
Just for. Oh, that's an extra 8 on top
I
of
think.
that.
It just total for your whole
Total.
turn.
Okay, so I'll use it now. So
Okay.
that'll be 42.
Okay. So. So you notice as you strike him with Pam, all of it goes through, but as you're pulling back from the strike, you see on the hammerhead of Pam, there are cracks.
Oh. Even on that crystal that the architect gave me?
No, just not the crystal, but on
shit.
the head of the hammer now is showing small cracks in it.
That's not great. I'm gonna switch to my sword for the other attacks because I can't risk Pam. I just kind of wanted to see what would happen, and that wasn't great. All right, hit number 2. Does a crit hit?
Yes, it does.
Yes.
All right.
Oh.
So it's gonna take 62 damage.
Okay.
I'm gonna dump a smite into that because why the hell not?
Please.
That's a crit.
Please.
Because it's a crit,
Yeah,
so I'm
also
gonna
true.
do level 3. So what is that? That's an extra 48 times 2. So that's an extra 40 damage. That's 102 damage.
He takes some damage.
Paladin.
Number 3.
Mhm.
Does 30 hit?
Yes, it does.
Head girl.
35 damage.
Are you adding
Kiki's
anything
in
to
the Kiki's 15 feet in the air doing a cabbage patch. She's like, "Go Tessa,
Nope.
go Tessa."
Yeah, I have to wait to the next round to proc my blinding smite. That's the one that actually does the shitload of damage. But I am already used my bonus action for this round, so I have one more hit. 30 again, so he takes another 35 points of damage.
Cool. Cool. He will take that. Thrax is
Take
up.
that, you fiend!
Thrax is gonna
I love the
probably
classics. I love it.
back up a little bit.
Probably good life.
He's then gonna look at Nikki and go, "Do you want to not be here?"
There's probably worse places, but it's not my favorite.
Do you want to leave?
Can I still hit him if we go?
I'm gonna pick you up. He was gonna put you on. He was just gonna put you on his back and take you away from the big cyclones. Was his plan?
It's good to me, man.
Okay. So
I've
that's
got
what he,
stuff with big range.
yeah. So he's just basically gonna like have you piggyback on him.
Okay.
And then he's going to fly his ass over here, far into the he's just going to swing you around, use his full a full movement just to get you the fuck out of there, staying only like 5 feet above the ground, just to keep you the fuck away.
No.
Yeah, and as he's passing on, he's like, "I'm sorry, I'm stealing the wizard." Kiki
Keep
will
her
probably be
safe.
fine. Nikki,
Surrender, Nikki.
it's your turn.
Well, Kiki
Okay.
does have the gruff.
I
It's true.
was going to haste Tessa because she's a lot of attacks, but I'm a little bit far now. But I'm sure I will come back. in range at some
I'm already
point.
hasted.
Oh, that's right. You're
Yep.
pre-hasted. Okay.
Get haste, Alley.
Fine.
Yeah.
I could
I think
haste Alex. That would also be really good. But I'm too far to haste anyone actually. But that's fine. I'll just do shooting at the bad fellows. I'm just gonna finger guns the bright one,
You got
and I need a Constitution saving throw, please. DC 23.
25.
Ah, cripes. Okay, takes half damage. Of. So do melee also get the bonus, or is it, or do spell? It's not an attack. Do I do bonus damage or not? It's a save, not an attack, technically.
No. It'd have to be an attack is an attack.
Okay. I should have thought of that sooner. Unless you would let me retcon that spell to a different spell.
I don't think so.
Yeah, he already rolled his save, so this is a little late for that. Okay. I'll be sad as my bonus action then. But it's still...
I think that's a free action.
Big status of free action.
But...
It's great because otherwise millennials could never afford it.
Hey... He's right though.
Wah, wah, wah.
Fucking...
And with that remark.
Yeah. Additional 1d8 chaos. Okay.
It's just a 1d8 of house.
That's
Okay.
the name of the episode. And it's
So
just
that's-
1d8
chaos.
69 necrotic
Nice.
damage.
Nice.
The bright one. Plus 7 Choas damage.
I appreciate that all of us had the exact same reaction to that damage.
Obviously.
Dear listeners,
Yeah.
I hope you do as well.
Obligatory.
Okay. Anything else?
No.
Boy is up. Boy is just going to now start laying into Tessa. Tessa, he's going to roll with advantage, some attacks against you. 29.
Yes.
Crit.
Yes.
Ah!
Yay!
Second crit.
Ah!
Ah!
Okay, so I need more dice.
Fuck.
Oh, haven't paid.
Hold on. I might be able. No, I can't. That. I can smack him. I can't reduce the damage any or make him reroll anything, but I can smack him.
Take it for now.
First round of damage, Tessa. 16. First crit is. Oh, you lucky bitch. 20.
That's what I like
altogether.
to hear. Let's go.
And this is all just pass. No, this is not passing through, so your damage reduction will work.
Minus 15 total?
Yeah, for him.
Okay.
Smacking with Pam seems to do something different. So every time he's hitting you, it's not as hard.
Okay,
He
so
hit
at
you
least
really
Pam did
hard
something.
this round. Like Pam did something to him.
Pam started playing like really happy music inside his head. So just like no longer the Black Parade playing.
I'm in your head, and I
Picturing
love
actually,
you.
just got it.
Validation.
I'm picturing this like something obnoxiously annoying, like in his head is repeatedly playing, "This is the song that never ends."
Okay, the second
Oh.
crit though is 36.
That is. Ah!
Okay.
Now for he's
Minus
going to
36.
spend a legendary action
Ah, fuck you.
to do it again.
Yeah.
Nope.
Eh.
That's a crit,
Oh.
Ah,
and that's a 26.
Yeah, that hits.
Right. Ooh, oh, this one's not good for you. 52. Second one is... This is the regular... 11.
Well, I just got knocked down to half health. That's not super great.
Cripes.
And guess what, Tessa?
oh, no.
He's gonna action surge.
Is it too late in the campaign to reroll a new character?
There might
Miss.
be.
Miss? Horrible miss. Jesus fuck.
Oh, he wasted it. That's
You wasted
great
it.
Just how
though.
horrible was it, Scoot?
It was on advantage, it was a 2 and a 3 on the dice.
Oh,
Nothing was above double digits, and even with his bonus, he's not going to overcome Tessa's AC.
fucking.
Tessa has a very high AC.
It's not a critical miss, but like, holy crap.
So, Kiki, you watch the Shadow Boy moving extremely fast and lay in 9 attacks into Tessa.
Okay. So this, the glowy, bad
Glowy
boy is,
boy,
like,
yep.
right up in, glowy boy's right up in Kiki's grill, right?
Actually, Kiki, now that you're...
Oh.
So, It dawns on you that nothing's happening now, but you don't want to stick around next to Glowy Boy.
The sand's really
Right.
starting to just sting even through your feathers.
Oh,
Oh,
terrible.
yeah.
If she moves though, he'll get an attack of opportunity.
He didn't, not when Thrax moved.
Oh, okay. Then Kiki will move over. Okay, so she's going to move over here, so she's in behind Tessa, still in her, just like in the edge of her aura.
Mhm.
Okay, but she's up 15 feet. She is going to get out her crossbow,
Mm.
the one with the stick from that abomination on it.
Yeah, that nice
And
man you
she's-
met.
Yeah, that very nice wicker abomination, and she is going to take a shot at the dude who just laid into Tessa.
Okay.
Okay. Does an 18 hit?
It does with your AC reduction.
Oh, sweet. Okay. So
Nice.
the actual damage is going to be, butt kiss. It's oops, I'm supposed to do the right code. So he takes like 7 damage. However, he has to make a wisdom save.
8.
Huh?
Oh yeah.
Oh, right.
3d8.
Add your 3d8.
Thank you. I almost
That's a heck of a bonus with a bonus 3d8 on there.
It is for a little crossbow bolt.
Yeah.
Okay, so 17 total, but now he has to make a con save for. And you know what? Kiki's just going to use her. She's just going to use her second divination roll and just give him the 4.
And
so
he
that
fails.
the save.
Ooh.
Because I suspect he might have a shit ton.
Of portents.
Okay, so then he is stunned for 3 rounds.
Yeah.
Good.
For his
Oh,
second
boy.
attack.
Oh boy,
I
you're
just-
gonna have a rough turn. I
Ooh,
love
buddy.
that.
Kiki's just like, oh no, fuck that. Okay, so now, so she used up the 3d8.
Fuck him. Fuck you.
Fuck him. Fuck you too. Okay, so now she's going to, for her second attack, she's going to lob a bomb at. I don't know even which one. I guess Shadow Boy. I don't know which one to target, so I guess Shadow Boy. It's a deck save. What is that?
He's
Nope.
stunned, right? Can he make deck saves?
No. Sorry,
The big
Shadow Band.
Oh.
the Shadow Hurricane.
I'm assuming Shadow Hurricane.
Dark. Okay, so that's dark and bright on the list.
Okay, so dark. All right, dark boy. So it's a deck save.
He didn't make it.
Okay, so takes
Woo!
65 fire damage.
Okay.
Does he start turning into glass?
No, he does look like a Sweet Metal album cover for a minute as the flames hit him and he doesn't like it, and they swirl inside the. Eventually gets stamped out because it's sand like hitting the flames. It is like for it to keep burning on. But it's a cool metal album for like a couple of beats, Kiki, as you flop a firebomb in there. Allie.
Big 80s hairband energy, love it.
Okay.
That's it.
I have now gathered all of the things I need to gather in order to do useful things. Nice.
Waiting for Goku to charge up the spirit bomb.
Yep. And conveniently enough, like, all of the things are within range of me, but I think I'm gonna hit the guy who's stunned, because advantage.
Yeah, it's weird. You didn't have to do it. Like,
I know! This is, like, so unusual. I love it. I have a shit ton of key points right now. We'll see how long I can hold on to them. Anyway, let's hit him a bunch.
okay.
Nope, that's not right. There we go. Does a 29 hit.
Yes.
Does another 29 hit.
Yes.
How many hits do I have now? I think it's 2. Yeah, it's 2. Alright. Great.
Great.
10 plus 1d6 plus 3d8. First hit does 39 damage. Second hit does 14. And then I'm going to burn a key point to Flurry of Blows as my bonus attack, which is... I'll pass on that at this point. Let's see. Okay, so that is...
Ow.
With advantage, I have rolled 3 crits.
You have.
In a row.
In a
Wow.
row. Almost. Yeah, in a row. Jesus. That's fucking crazy.
Inverse.
Meta crits.
We've known that for
But I'm
years.
saying,
now.
this doesn't do terribly much damage, but it
You
will do more
punch
than it
him
did.
so hard, but like, you're still a punch, so.
So I do, let's see, 22, 12, and 30 damage.
So 64 altogether.
Bonus action, Tunnel Fighter.
Got it.
Oh, wait, I'm going to burn another, sorry, before I do that, I'm going to burn another point of Petrichor so everybody gets the 3d8 again next round.
Cool.
And then Tunnel Fighter. Okay, now I'm done.
Dark is gonna move. It's gonna move up into you.
Okay.
But I think that procs Tunnel Fighter.
It does.
So he's gonna try to move. It's gotta see if you hit him.
Wait, which one's moving?
24.
Yeah,
Oh, big
you hit
one.
him. So
Shut
he.
He can't move any, once I've hit him, he can't move any closer.
Yep. So you're just keeping him at bay.
Yep,
Light
and-
stick. He hates it.
2d10 plus 7. He takes 13 damage in the process.
Okay. Being unable to move, but having a very long reach, he is going to strike out at you, Allie. But he's swiping at you, but he's not causing that tornado effect on your friends.
Hey.
Cocked. 15 and a 20 versus your AC.
Nope.
Okay. Bright is up. So Tess, I need you to make me a dex save, please. Because you are within 5 feet of him.
15.
You get sucked into the tornado.
Can I burn a point of inspiration to reroll
Yes,
that?
you can.
25.
You are safe. That saves.
Okay. Alright.
You're about to go in there, and then you see Thrax just like, I love you, babe, and you're like,
Aw.
so dumb. I can't die here.
Power of love compels me.
He is going to strike at you twice, though,
Ah.
for a 24. I don't think that hits.
No, that doesn't hit. That does not hit now.
And a 23. Nope.
Nope.
And because he took a swing at somebody within my reach, I get to bop him.
Yep.
21.
That'll hit.
He takes 17 damage.
Oh, and as long as I'm next to Allie, anybody who attacks Allie has disadvantage. Within 5 feet. So I think we're both in the same thing there. If somebody attacks either of us, they get disadvantage.
Oh, I can't. I don't impose disadvantage currently. I can make that happen though. And anytime somebody tries to hit you while you're next to me, I get to bop them. Like, you know.
Same thing.
Yeah, Kiki, you're like watching these two women just have like this weird like Mr. and Mrs. Smith back-to-back gunfight as you're like floating safely behind them. Like,
Yeah, Kiki's 10 feet
queuing
up
up
in the
bombs,
air.
like, okay, yeah. I'm glad they're having
Kiki's
a good
got, like,
time.
She's 10 feet up in the air so she can stay in Tessa's aura, and then she's got like a crossbow in one hand and like, bomb in the other, and she's just like, nodding with like mad respect.
I'm picturing like, have you guys ever seen like the Infada pictures, like the pictures of baby Jesus wearing the crown, and he's holding the scepter and the world in one hand?
Yeah.
I'm picturing Kiki like that right now, except it's a crossbow and a bomb.
That's right. It's
Tessa,
her
it is your
stations of
turn.
regency.
Oh boy! So I'm gonna attack Mr. Stunface here. So the first one.
These are all
Crit!
Oh!
No, Tessa,
First one's
they're
crit.
just crits. No.
No,
Yeah.
he's stunned,
Manage.
not paralyzed.
Oh, he's right, he is stunned, so yeah.
But
Well,
it
it's a
doesn't matter
crit.
because I crit him anyway.
Yeah.
So, and I did proc my blinding smite, so he's gonna take. I'm gonna re-roll that.
Don't forget that you get to add your 3d8 on. And you
46.
want to add it here.
Yeah, I want to add it here. I'm also gonna dump a level 4 divine smite into this, which is another 5d8.
54 so far.
Mm.
So that's an additional 50 there. So it's, what is it?
79 times 2.
50, 16, 98. That's fucking a lot of damage. I need a calculator.
That's a lot of fucking damage. Holy shit.
That is 164 for turn 1.
Holy literally with smites. Holy shit.
Yes.
Right.
I gotta check off
2.
that. Alright. Number 2.
This is the
Does it crit hit?
What the
Does it
Yes!
crit hit?
Yes.
That's crit number 2.
Okay.
And I have
I feel
sent
like-
my love and my dice rolls.
I feel
Alright.
like with Deb crits, it should count like for triple or something.
So rare. Alright, that's 108 right off the bat.
Okay.
Let's dump another smite into that. I'm gonna do another level
Smoted good.
4. That's another 40 on top of that, so that is 148 damage.
Mhm.
Dishonor on you, dishonor on your cow, dishonor on your whole family.
So she's now done 312 total damage in 2 strikes.
Oh my god.
This is the
Alright.
essence of a Scoot game right here. This is,
so
this
bad.
is what we do.
Number 3. I get advantage. Okay, this
I was gonna
not
fucking
critted.
die if it was a third crit. That's gonna be fucking stupid.
It was close. It was close because I have an expanded crit, but not quite.
Mhm.
Not an 18. Alright. 50 more damage.
Okay. And at this point, Tessa, he's well past bleeding. He is. You're watching his form is trying to reseal itself, but it can't.
I got
there's
one more.
too much damage. He's not on death's door yet, but he's well past bloodied.
Well, let's see if we can fix that.
And he's stunned for two more rounds.
2
after
more rounds.
this.
Okay, so let's do 33 is not great. Let's do a second level smite.
Okay.
So that would be
So that's 12.
55 damage for a grand total this round of 417.
Oh, damn it.
I don't think I've
lot of
ever known a
damage.
character to do that much in one.
Wait, should I action surge? Because I feel like
Yes?
Sure.
while he's stunned, I should do that.
Yeah. No, hard yes.
So let's go number 5. Let's keep it
Kiki's
straight.
beak is wide open. She's seeing how much you're lagging. Like she's just.
Another 46.
Uh-huh.
How we doing?
He's still alive.
Not dead yet.
Not dead yet.
I'm trying to keep track of all this damage for posterity.
Yeah.
It's 46. Okay, now number 6. I get advantage on that. Crit
Critical.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like a
So,
record for you.
That's That's 98 more.
That inspiration from Drax, man.
Man, I could feel it. That's another
Did Drax,
98.
like,
Is he still
show
alive?
He's still alive.
Did he like show her his butt or something? Like
I have
this is
no
pretty
idea.
good.
My weakness. I'm gonna dump another. Well, I have
Trax
crit.
cast,
Do a
or
3.
Trask, if you will.
So he gets another 36 points of damage.
Still alive.
All right. This
Yeah,
is
one more
hit
attack.
number. I get 2 more attacks actually, because 8 total. I'm up to number 7.
Right.
Jesus
Jesus.
Christ, Tessa.
This is just insane. 43.
How do you want to do this?
Why
Tessa?
are you
'Cause
like
he's-
this,
he's-
but like in the best way possible?
Okay. So hold on. Let
He
me
had
calculate this here.
so much health. Like,
Yeah, not anymore.
Apparently, like I've lost.
Thank you,
count.
Kiki. That is 640 damage. Alright,
in one round,
Need-
technically.
She's not even done with her round yet.
no, I have one more attack. And I'm gonna,
God,
So you.
He's like, no
this
one
much
messes with
Tessa
Tessa.
should be illegal.
I
there is-
wanna, I guess,
How
like,
do you want to do it? Yeah.
so he's like made of shadow, so I want to just kind of stick the sword into it and have like his whole essence. So is he technically evil?
Yeah,
Oh, I
I'd say
alignment?
he's evil. Yeah.
So I have this nifty new thing called Annihilator of Evil. So if a creature is not a fiend but of an evil alignment, you can destroy the soul of the creature. So that can never come back.
Deb
Nice.
did that
So-
because she's way too used to me bringing her.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
The
Home brewing, it gets fun. So, Kiki.
So yeah, I'm gonna destroy its soul.
Okay, so Kiki, you watch. Allie, you're a little busy fending off the bigger things too and keeping them in check. But Kiki, you're just standing, you're floating there, and probably, Nikki, you can sort of see it, but again, cyclone of like radiant light. But Allie,
Yeah.
Allie, you and Kiki have a front row to this as you watch like in an anime, like if you've seen like two swordsmen go at it, but they're moving too fast. Except it's not that; they're just trading blows like brawlers. So like you
That's
watch
sick.
as Tessa takes a bunch of cuts. And then Tessa just grits down and then just responds in kind. But as the last swing comes out, she just goes right for the neck, but it drops, hits where his ribcage should be, and then he just is gone.
Kiki's like, we got 2 more rounds.
Like, one more round. Oh, also, I
I love
forgot,
how Kiki-
as part of that whole Annihilator of Evil thing, any radiant damage I do cannot be negated, resisted, or neutralized.
Damn.
So,
So sick.
I like how
Um,
Kiki's crossbow bolted 17 damage, and you're.
3 rounds.
I can't even calculate in my head how much you did.
640.
And 40, she counted.
640.
Right, Kiki, but that
Right.
boomstick is what that
No,
teed
that-
that
That was
teed
an
that
awesome-
up.
That
Yeah,
stun
this-
was key.
Nikki.
Yeah.
I just have one more
Did I
attack.
actually get this to hit one more time?
I know, but I want Nikki to make a perception check for me.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm bad at those.
Okay. So is Thrax right now. He's very proud
Way to
of
pump
Tessa.
yourself up. I know.
Tessa, go ahead and make your next attack.
14.
You don't see
I'm
shit.
gonna attack the glowy bright boy.
Okay.
Yeah. Does 37 hit?
Yeah, that'll hit.
He takes 43 points of damage.
He pops. And
Bye.
you watch him, the sand stops, it stops swirling, and then just settles onto the ground.
Bye, Felicia.
Hell yes.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Thrax is up. Thrax, seeing that that's happened, will just kind of put you on the ground, Nikki, so he can pull out his bow and begin firing at the shadowy one.
Yeah.
He lands a couple of hits.
Nice.
It is your turn.
All right. I would like to be confused.
That's a free action.
I'm going to cast Crown of Stars, which is a new one.
Ooh, that's a good
I
one.
love that spell.
So cool.
Oh.
So, Thrax really is the only one who sees it clearly because he's next to me. but these bright lights. You see my eyes like sort of flare brighter, and you almost have to like blink, and like sparkles swirl around my head from that light. There's 7 of them, and one of them is going to zoom off and hit this shadowy, sandy blob, right in the belly. That is a ranged spell attack, which is a plus 15.
Which means you get the 3d8 from Allie.
If it hits.
If it hits.
But yes.
I believe in you.
Wow.
How's a 22 looking?
It does hit, though.
Okay. Who needs belief when
Without
you have a plus 15, right? Okay, so that is 4d12 radiant. I'm going to roll all of the parts separately because there's 3 different damage types here, and I know that damage types matter. So it's 24 radiant. 1d8, which is 8, nice, chaos, and 3d8, which is 20, thunder.
Excellent.
Uh-oh.
Oh dear.
Good.
There's no more boy. It's Kiki's turn.
Wait. Oh, but not. But
In the
big
turn
one,
order,
okay.
the Shadow Boy is gone
Yeah.
because Tessa blinked him out of existence.
So is
That's the test.
Yeah,
hit.
so-
Annihilated
Yeah.
is the word.
Dark Shadow Boy
He's still up.
stunned?
No. Well, no,
Or
he's
he
gone.
can't move.
He's dead.
No. The big honkin' Sandy.
Every time he's tried to move closer, I just bop him and he can't move forward
Yeah,
anymore.
because of her feet.
Okay, so he's not
He tries to
stunned.
get in my range, and I go boop.
Okay. Kiki will use her. She'll start out with her boomstick. Does 19 hits?
It does?
Okay. Then, so for damage, if I can grab this here. Boom, 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 boom. For damage is 35, which is not bad, and then he has to make a con save.
Well, he doesn't, Kiki, because
Oh.
he goes down.
He did.
Hell yeah.
And you see the sand once again lay on the ground. At this time, as he goes down, Allie will notice this because of her passive. You see that as he hits, there's some essence that just snakes back towards Segretti.
Oh, fuck me.
And she goes over, and on that shadowy thing,
no.
she pulls it back
Mm-mm.
and picks up
Mm-mm.
this device. Wonderful.
Nice.
Thank you. I appreciate this. You've all been a wonderful help.
Can Kiki get a look at the device? From
Oh
where
yeah,
she
no,
is?
she's holding it. It's fairly large.
Oh,
So go ahead and make
can
me
Kiki do like an
make
investigation?
an
to
investigation
see-
check. Kiki, everyone else give me Kiki give me investigation. Nikki, give me Arcana, and ladies, give me perception or religion if you want to try to sense.
I'm gonna
something
do
like
religion.
Yeah.
Perception.
17.
30 investigation for Kiki.
39 perception for Allie.
And that arc.
that. Or Kerner. Is that 30 what you rolled for the check, Randall?
Yes, for
Okay.
the investigation.
investigation.
Sorry.
38 Arcana.
Okay. So Tessa, starting with you, this feels
Meh.
no, but it feels wrong. It feels weird, and it feels like there's some odd divine shenanigery going around with that, like it's forced divine power, like something's naturally flowing the way it kind of should. Kiki, this device looks oddly made. It looks this sort of disc, almost gong-like, but there's sort of movable pieces on either side of it that have markings you're not quite sure of. As they, now they've just begun moving. Robert, this
Hello.
thing is incredibly magical and is charged with multiple types of magic now.
Okay.
Allie,
I-
You
Okay.
look at this thing, and there is a specific marking on it. It is in the shape of a common F, but it looks sort of warped.
F?
F, like
Right.
the letter F.
Does Allie know what that means?
Probably not. You can make a
Okay.
history. All of you, you can make a history check,
I will make a history check for
and
that.
Tessa can make a history
Yeah, I
check.
can't make a future check for that.
Yeah.
7.
Okay.
23?
Tessa knows. As Allie, I'm assuming you're all like sharing this information, and she's just
Yeah.
very casually kind of moving it around. When Allie describes that F to you, you know for a fact that this belongs to an entity named Friedrich, who was defeated by your family a long time ago.
Oh yeah, Tessa's heard the stories.
Yeah,
I
you've
think
heard stories, and you know that.
Allie and Tessa have heard the stories.
And you've probably,
stories.
they were aware that, like, his shit still might be around, and this is, if you see this symbol, this is what it means. But that was a long time ago, and it was a very sort of like, there's probably very small chance this is going to happen, but if it does, but you remember.
I do relay this to the group, and Nikki and Kiki, do you know who Friedrich is?
I know
Nikki
who
would
I don't
know vaguely.
I mean, he
I
was
know
a
Kiki
pretty
would
big
know.
bad, like,
Yeah.
in
You
the
guys-
world, so it would be kind of hard not to, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably, if you jog her memory, she might, from her studies.
This was
or
also
something like that.
maybe like 20 years ago, so Kiki may not have even been born.
Yeah.
She wasn't. Yeah, she's still like 15 or 16.
Yeah.
So she smiles, thanks you all kindly, and then vanishes.
God damn it, I
That's
wanted
some bitch
Kiki
shit.
to take a. I wanted Kiki to take a shot at that thing.
Is there anything
Oh.
at the altar anymore?
A lot of bad mojo.
I want to go towards it with my big bright light.
Yeah, and that sort of just pushes, it pushes it away with your big bright light.
Yes, because I do radiate I think it's 30 feet. Just light.
Bright light.
Just fucking light. Is the gate still there?
It's
Did Thrax
weird
sense
because
it?
Thrax says the gate's gone.
Oh fuck! It was what she had in her hand. Says Kiki. Oh.
And as you're all kind of searching the area, you, probably Allie will pick this up along with the others with your residual senses, that there is this trail of power that had gone from where all three of those beings fell and died to this altar. It's not like on a wire, but there was something drawing it in, and it seems that Segretti sacrificed these three beings to be a conduit.
Even the one I annihilated completely?
Well, you were doing damage to him. You were doing damage to him before that.
Oh, so any damage that he was
The damage
taking
you
was
were
going
dealing
into
him
there.
was going into that. Yep.
Ah, feck.
So she didn't get the last of it because you unmade him or you destroyed him. So like, you know, she didn't get that bit, but the rest of it you had been hammering into him. She got all that.
Sick.
Glad Rob's happy about that.
Fucking awesome. Jazzed.
Do we have, like, I mean, this is probably more of a Nikki investigation than any of the rest of us, but, like, do we have any idea if what was done here is reversible at all?
I would like Nikki and Kiki to make Arcana checks. Tessa religion, and Allie give me like a nature or something.
14.
41.
Okay.
Wow.
Hold on a second.
32.
So, after the incident with the almost black hole, Nikki has been working with what's the magic researcher's name? She was stuck in the book for a while. Librarian of the
Was
the
it Sylvie?
brothers.
Sylvie.
Sylvie, I think.
Oh, Pam?
Sylvie.
There's Hammer Pam, Book Pam. It's-
No, I think it was
Everybody's Pam.
Sylvie. Was working with Sylvie, looking into you know, if I fuck up with the weave again, is there anything I can do about it? kind of researched, digging into like the old texts and stuff that's in the library that's not available outside of like archaeology digs, kind of a thing. So the 41 is straight up her alley for the past couple of days of research.
Yeah, so this is a big power draw. They were basically, whatever did this or whatever, you're not exactly sure of the spell work, but basically something forcibly took away the life and nature, like whatever. So the world of Rhyme is composed.
It's Abi Dalzim's horrid wilting, but then they took the energy into themselves then rather than dealing damage.
Yeah, but it's not just the energy. Like when you do that type of stuff, like things can usually grow back. This seems to be, they have salted the earth. They have removed, like, you can feel the weave is significantly weaker here than it should be. This place is devoid of, like, natural magics. And it dawns on you with the 41. Oh, this is what the archmages back in old Shantha did, but couldn't control it.
Yeah.
And this also...
Spreading right now, is it?
Sorry?
It's not spreading right now.
No,
is
it's this small area. This was definitely an experiment that was happening. But like it's not moving anywhere. But the problem is it dawns on Nikki with a 41 that like, yeah, this is what they did. They did this, but it probably got way out of control. It was much more power than they expected. They might have just been trying to pull the arcane, but then got all the other sources with them. And this is why Shantha is Shantha.
Nikki found references to those experiments originally and started experimenting with, like, could I do that? And then figured out, yes, I can, and then said, I'm not going to write that bullshit down.
Yeah, the thing you
she'll
did...
read that shit, but she won't write it down.
Yeah.
So
there's a spell called Abi Dalzim's Horrid Wilting that, like, literally does this, but on a much smaller scale just to deal damage. Like, any plants in the area completely die. It's a Xanathar's spell, so it makes sense for Nikki to like.
But the one thing you're looking around is the other thing is like with the 41, you can probably salvage this area because it's small with enough work. You're gonna have to get some people in here to do something. But this is salvageable.
1-800 call a druid.
It would take an arc druid or like a long time of people doing this, but like this is salvageable. But this is only like a relatively small area. You're looking at like a football field's worth of, or an American hand egg field, I should say, because that's probably more appropriate.
You do in fact know a druid who could help, and in particular, you know a druid who's connected to the World Tree.
I was gonna say we know one hell of a druid.
Yeah, Neva and the World Tree can fix this, but they're going to be very upset. Not at you, obviously, but they're going to be real upset about
having to do it. Yeah,
you didn't do it.
Are there any efforts along those lines, kind of like on the fringes of Shantha? Like, are the cities and the civilizations around the coast like slowly pushing the desert back, or is that too far gone?
Most of it is too far gone. The only reason the only one that kind of works like that is Ventos, where you're from. Aurea, the city on the eastern coast, came up out of the sea magically and just sort of situated itself there. Mortas isn't alive per se because it's mostly
they don't mind
dead.
The dryness.
They don't care. A lot of them prefer it. And the other place is the Primal Valley, which has a root of the World Tree in it, so that doesn't give a shit about the land. It's going to do what it wants because it's the World Tree.
Yeah.
Ventos
is Ventos just a little bit far out of range, or is it the? Sorry, you were about to talk.
Yep, but it's probably, to your best guess, you're correct, Rob. It was just the blast radius was only so big, and for whatever reason, by whatever calculations, the farmable areable land around that now occupies Ventos was just left there, and it recovered after enough time.
Little tiny corner that just kind of barely made it out.
Right, but you're looking at, though, and based on the blast, it seems like somewhere around Ibarrakam is where the epicenter was, which then begs Ibarrakam is there, and that's a very weird thing then, knowing this, because people should not be living there. That should be
Does this party know anything about the provenance of Ibarrakam? I know at least many of the players do.
It does, but I haven't met Ed.
Some of you know, but it's a very, like, Ibarrakam is a weird place, and it's full of psionics, and most people just don't bother with them. They don't mess with people, and it's the only... they provide a lot of safe travel around the interior of the continent, because otherwise you're going around the coast, because there's lots of angry Threadkeem. And now knowing what you have put together, their anger is probably somewhat justified, because a bunch of dipshit human mages scorched where they live.
Yeah.
In a real big
Yeah.
way.
I'd be angry too. Fair.
Yeah. They don't like...
Does Nikki just know, like, Darksbane does some shit?
There are lots of...
Yay!
There's lots of rumors about how he does it. Some people think he's a
Okay.
literal demon. He's not a demon as far as you know.
Does it?
He's mostly like, Darksbane actually knows Tessa's family.
Yeah.
He's
Nikki's
fine.
never met him, right? I think this is the first character I've ever had who hasn't met Darksbane.
Yep. I don't think, except for Tessa, Kiki definitely hasn't. I don't think Allie has.
Oh, he has.
Yeah.
Because he works with Vistana. They've talked before.
Right. So he's not a demon, Allie. He's a mole. He's sort of a half dwarf, half human. He's crazy powerful psionic, but there's water there. There's people. They have places. They grow crops. But in your mind, Nikki, looking at this, that should not be possible.
Yeah. So there's clearly some magic bullshit going on with Ibra.
Yeah, which is a valid explanation in the world of Ryan. I'm like, I don't know, it's magic,
genuinely,
whatever.
yeah. And Rob knows what's going on. There's a rift to the elemental plane of water there.
Yeah, that's where they get water from, because there ain't none of it in fucking where they are.
Yeah.
Yep.
And isn't it like the water elementals have like a
union.
symbiotic
they're unionized,
relationship? Well, they're unionized, but like they get something out of being in Ibarakam. Is it just like vacation time, or
they just hang out. They like being there.
Something cool. I remember. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
They just like being there.
Now they get benefits.
Yeah. Soros pays them. He throws fruit juice at them, which seems to be what they want. They don't really have a use for money, so they just that's what they want. Okay,
Fair.
this is. He pays them in
I'd
fruit
dig it.
juice.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, so you folks are sitting in this blast, and eventually, guards come from the fortress, and they are awestruck by what they see. Looking at Tessa bleeding, they know she didn't do, you guys didn't do this, because why would you still be here?
Mm-hmm.
But they look to you for some kind of, what the fuck happened?
Well, Kiki by now would have, given a fist bump to Tessa for her fine slaughtering, but then is just going to sit there in the dust and she's actually, Tessa's empathy would probably be that she's actually very sad because she feels like we won and we lost at the same time. So she's a
lot with our group, I feel like.
Yeah.
Somebody always gets away and...
Yeah, but this felt extra, the monologuing on Segretti's part and the whole thanks, I needed that.
So we'll pat Kiki on the
somewhat...
shoulder because she understands.
You'll have to lean down because Kiki's sitting on the ground. So for Tessa's height, she'll punch down.
Yeah, so Bosco will pet up to you, Kiki, and put a paw on your foot and just go, and they'll just nod his head it's okay.
Tessa takes a deep breath and she's just she explains the situation to the guards of what happened here. I don't think Tessa would know at this point if it's reversible. That might be a Nikki thing if she wants to mention that.
Yeah, Nikki will point it out, this... I'm pretty sure this can be fixed. It's gonna take a lot. But I think we can get this back. It's not that big of an area. They didn't scorch it as deep as what is these days Ibarakam. There's
Chanta.
Yeah, but I meant kind of the epicenter area.
Yeah, it's not as
blast.
This is
yeah,
fixable. It's gonna take a really powerful druid or shaman or a long time of tending.
Know someone who might be able to help. We'll contact them shortly.
Okay.
I think the immediate danger to the at least region is gone though.
Yeah, I will. And you see the regent comes over and kind of sees it. And you see her eyes get very wide as there is sort of a tear that comes down as she very clearly is an appreciative of nature.
Yeah.
And the tear quickly turns into fury. There's a Treebeard moment where she's like, no, this is unacceptable.
Has Nikki remembered her name yet?
Probably not.
Damn it!
Hey, you!
Do any of the other players remember her name by
No.
any chance?
No.
Damn it. I was gonna have a moment where I was like, I was distracted saving everything, but I still can't remember her name. So Nikki just imagines this whole scenario and it's like, well,
So she'll walk
fucking, I'll
over
just stand here.
to Tessa, and she'll go, "I thank you for containing this, I guess, and dealing with whatever the hell was here." Because she sees the remnants of the element, like the constructs.
Well, this is what we do as a team. And she's like, hold on a moment. And I remember that I'm suddenly down to half health, and I used like a lay on hands on myself.
Just like
Wait,
holding
hang
your
on a
stomach
minute.
and you're bleeding. You're like, oh, hang on.
I hope it's not my stomach.
Oh right, your thigh.
Yeah.
Or like
Uh,
arms.
Yeah, all the
or
hits
something.
would have like shifted off her stomach to her limbs,
Yeah.
right? Isn't
Yeah, that
like
was the magic.
The thing that got cast, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I should
tries-
probably like reattach my arm. Bleeding a lot, so
It's like
hang
Bender.
on.
Yeah, you're like holding your hands like this, and then you like make a gesture, and like the left hand just comes with the right hand because we haven't remembered to stitch it back on yet.
Yeah, I don't
Kiki wants
have
to-
a restoration, so I can't do that. But
Yes,
oh,
Kiki.
I'm doing.
Kiki
Allie
wants to
can
find a guard.
that.
Yes,
Oh
Kiki.
wow. Kiki wants to find a young guard off to like the farthest edge, like away from where the region is, and she'll just go psst, and she'll kind of like gesture them down.
Yeah.
And she'll be like in their ear, be like, "What's the region's name?"
Oh, Bella Oria.
Oh,
Remember
thank
the
you.
name.
I think I do, unfortunately. That definitely rings a bell.
Tessa also wasn't paying attention during
Rings
the
a
ball
bell.
at all.
Thrax
Kiki
looked
doesn't
real
tell
good in his
you,
suit.
but she knows now.
Clarifies.
No, I'm just kidding.
Kiki saves
Kiki
that for
messages
later.
you.
For
I
her
was too
memoirs.
busy. I was too busy
How's Ella?
sequencing
Who?
my
Your magic.
my sequence of love nest spells
Yeah.
to remember names.
So the region does tell you that no, you'll be hearing. We'll get Narvo will know of this, as will the elves of Sylvis, because they're not. And she goes, this is an abomination. Like, she's just really fucked up by this.
Yeah, this is
We're
not good.
We're trying, but she seems to be one step ahead of us.
Well, and she kind of looks back to this party she was doing. She goes, back to the party then. And she kind of puts on her best, diplomat face. And she takes her lieutenants and begins telling them, here's what you're going to tell people. Rogue mate. She makes up some stories to kind of, the dangerous past. It was a random mage that was taken care of. They should go
Wild
back to the
magic
party.
sorcerer,
Yeah,
you know
happens.
how it is.
Yeah.
It was legitimate political discourse. It's fine.
Look, there was a debate between the Torah and the...
So you head back to the party, and you all probably enjoy the rest of your evening and head back to, unless anyone has anything else they'd like to do, you head back to the temple and to the estate.
On our way back, Allie is writing a letter to Plains.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'll just say that Kiki probably drinks more heavily at the party than you've ever seen her drink. Not happy drinking. Not happy drinking.
Not happy drinking.
I
no.
hope ate a lot of food for that party. Just saying.
They have
Tessa's
lots of
gonna
food,
eat
yeah.
A lot of that food, and then she's gonna pass the fuck out.
Allie's gonna be in mom mode, and basically making sure that Kiki is actually eating things and drinking water between the alcoholic drinks.
Kiki, if you put it in front, she's kind of numb, so she'll probably, if you just put it in front of her.
Yeah,
she'll
Allie will periodically rotate around, put a little plate of hors d'oeuvres in front of you, rotate around, put a glass of water in front of you.
I feel like it doesn't take much for Kiki, and she gets kind of that stare at 1,000-yard drunk, and you're you look and be like, Nikki, how many she had? Nikki's like, I don't know, 2. It's like in the third Back to the Future.
Like,
Like, how many has he
think
had?
she finished
That's his
the
first
second
one.
one,
I haven't given him
maybe.
anymore.
Yeah.
Officially, she's got high con,
Yeah.
but she's a wee bird.
But
There's not a
thematically,
whole lot to
canonically.
her. Yeah.
Okay, so you
Okay,
folks,
That's it.
you head back to the temple, and you head back home, and you.
Aldi, I like that you chose Nikki there as the designated like party drink knower. Not that I'm responsible,
Is it all
but that I'm
French?
excited to know how many she's had. Yeah.
She's like, I can't get drunk, so I should look after the people who can, or who are getting drunk.
This very sad bird. But that's where we'll end this week, folks. We'll head back to the temple, and
More.
we'll see what comes from this next week as
I want to go deal with Security now.
things are set into motion, Robert. Set into motion. But from all of us here in RYM, thank you very much for coming out this week, and we'll see you soon.